Hey guys, so the purpose of this video is to take you step by step through a guide on how to build your shoes, okay? So here's my shoe. So from last time I wore it, you can see it's cracked and it's just awful, all right? So what I'm going to do with you today is I'm going to strip it all down and start the process again, basically, but step by step so you know exactly what you're doing. So there's no excuse for rubbish shoes, all right? First things first, if you have brand new shoes, all right, phase one guys, wear them around the house, okay? You see these creases? Yeah, your brand new shoes won't have them. That is a natural crease where your foot folds when it walks, all right? You need those creases in there because you need to avoid these points in your shoe, okay? Any wax build up there, it will just crack. Remove your laces, like I have, okay? And for you guys that do have polish on, you need to strip the polish off, okay? So what I'm going to do, I've got a cloth, old one, all right? Use any old cloth, and please be careful, all right? Because this can be very messy. Please don't mess your parents' houses up and trash their furniture and what have you. Hairdryer, okay? Leather hairdryer, perfect. But be careful, okay? Hot, leather, all right? It will burn. Leather, remember, it's skin, all right? Heat, too close, it will burn, okay? So, let's do this. So heat until it's shiny, like you can see, and rub it off, alright, as you can see. Alright, so I'm going to carry on doing that, and so are you guys, alright? I will meet you back in a minute. I have stripped my shoe, okay? We are back to bare basics. While you're stripping your shoe, please take care to go around the edges, okay? All this build up that goes around the edges, especially around there as well, that horrible bit. Make sure you get proper in there, okay? But be careful when you're around this edge, because obviously the sole leather has been held on together with glue. You won't glue up, okay? It'll just fall apart. So please be careful. So like I said earlier, leather, all right? Skin, needs looking after. Moisturising. So, use moisturiser, okay? This is what I use. It's really stinky stuff, but do you know what? It's really, really good. So, bit of moisturiser. There's many out there though. Honestly, just go for whatever. Bit on the cloth and rub it in. Okay, rub it in really, really well. The thing with bulling, okay, it's all about the prep. The time and effort you put into your preparation, the better the shoe will be. The better the outcome, okay? So proper rub it in. Oh my god, it stings. All the way around the shoe. That's beautiful. Look how shiny that is already. Right, all up to the edges. Proper get it in there. And really pay attention to those creases, okay? So a bit extra into those creases. And this helps with waterproofing and everything. Right, there we go. So that's our next step. And now we just let it sit for a little while, just to soak in. And then I'll come back again. Next bit, I have left my shoe sit for a little bit, only 15 minutes, something like that, just let it soak in. I've buffed off the remaining, all right, giving it a little buff, so it's now moisturised, okay? My next step is to start layering up, okay? So basically, you're looking at, depending on the condition of your shoe, okay, looking at about between 3 and 10 layers, okay, whatever it needs. You'll be the judge of that. With bulling, there's no wrong or right way of doing it. It's very personal. Actually, you know, there probably is a very wrong way of doing it, but everyone's got their own way of doing it, okay? And this method is one of many that I've adapted over the years myself, okay? Very different to when I started off when I was in the army. I used to use kiwi parade gloss. I mean, it was good at the time. There are better now. And I used to use a lot of fire, heat, destroyed my shoes. The polishes out there now are so much better, right? You don't need to use flames and lighters and all the lights, to be quite honest. This method is good, but you will adapt it, I'm very sure, and probably find something that suits you perfectly. So what you need a cloth, okay? I've always used a Silvet. There you go, one of those. Absolutely brilliant, okay? That's all you really need. You can get up on Amazon, eBay, wherever. I have got a sapphire one to give a go. Didn't really like it, but each to their own, right? All you really need, if you can't get hold of a Silvet, is just 100% cotton. So any old t-shirt, use that, okay? Ask parents before you start trashing your clothes, okay? Polish wise, now I use sapphire, okay? This is very, very, very good. This one is a very, very hard one. This is the Mirror Gloss. And then alongside that I use Pâté Deluxe, okay? This is a very softer one, and together combination is absolutely spot on, okay? What we also need is some very, very cold water, okay? So I've got cold water out of the fridge and I've got a couple of ice cubes in there, okay? I've also got some alcohol in there as well, but yeah, you can use that. You cannot, doesn't matter. Right, with your cloth, make sure it's clean, okay? Make sure there's nothing on there which is like grits, anything like that, because that will just scratch your shoe up, okay? So to start with, to layer, fingers in your cloth, all right? Twist it, make it tight, a little bit wet, because this polish is very, very hard. Right, this polish, it is on the pricey side, okay, but it really is worth it. And like I said earlier, prep is key, okay? So, rub, 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 and then just start rubbing it in your shoe, okay, layering it up. Again, just like taking off the polish, pay attention to the edges and make sure you get the polish in everywhere. So the first layer, you just want to rub everywhere. So you've got a nice even coat right up to the edges. And everywhere, even the tongue, okay? And around your creases, you'll only put, I think maybe this first layer. When you come around to do your second layer, just gently touch upon it. And after that, just avoid, because you don't want to build up a polish around your creases, because they will just crack, like I said earlier. The edges. And ladies as well, the difference with our shoes is on the heel, you see a little bit of wood that goes round, we layer that up too, okay? That must also be shiny. And fellas, don't be thinking just because your toe cap is all capped off, that's all you need to do. No, no, you do the whole shoe. Extra attention needs paying to the toe caps, but the whole shoe needs bulling. Alright, so nice even layer. No lumps. If you find any lumps and clumps, alright, remove them. Oh, or rub them in. And again, guys, this can get messy, alright, so just be careful not to trash the house, okay? Alright, so that is one layer complete. Okay, you just keep going. Alright, just keep layering up with the Mirror Gloss. Okay, depending on the condition of your shoe. New shoes, yeah, go for the more layers, okay? Basically what you want, if you look very closely to especially the toe cap, it's not smooth, okay? You can see dimples. The hard polish and the hard wax will get into those dimples and it will smooth it out, okay? So you want a nice smooth surface to work on. So what you're looking for is smooth, okay? So keep layering until those dimples looks smooth. Okay, so I'm going to keep layering, so are you, and I'll be back in a back again. I've literally layered. If you look very closely, you can see there's no dimples, there's no nothing. It's nice and smooth, all right? And what we're really looking for is that as we're applying the polish, no friction, all right? As long as you feel under your silver that it's nice and smooth and there's no friction, that is your time to stop, all right? You look at it and you go, yep, that's smooth. Absolutely no friction. Right, so quick note, this is a really good little finishing tip. So see around the edges, around here, yeah? You can see there's just that little gap that you just struggle to get in, all right? Especially me and my fat fingers, all right? And all around the edges, so all around the edge of the shoe, there's just this little line that you just can't get polish into, okay? Now, cotton buds, these are just, they're perfect. Bit of water, bit of polish, all right? And then we just go in. Bit more polish. And we just layer up using a cotton bud. It just gets in that gap. Right, so just do that just a couple of times. Build up those little layers in the places that we couldn't reach. And ladies as well, around the back. When you've got that really annoying little bit. Again, just around there, okay? All around the toes. Very important. Gotta have good toes. Now this is very time consuming, but like I said earlier, it's all in the prep, okay? If you cut corners, you're not going to get the best outcome, okay? Don't cut corners. You are going to have awesome shoes. And obviously our aim is to see ourselves in these bad boys, all right? We want that mirror finish as best as we can. So voila, okay, all layered. Now, because this is a harder polish, okay, it dries very quickly. That's why if you use softer polish, you got to like give it time between layers. It has to dry. So this is why it's a lot faster in this process, okay? Now let it dry for not long, 5-10 minutes. And like I said earlier as well, I've avoided the creases, okay? I've literally put 2 layers on there, if that, rubbed it in really, really well. The tongue, again, only a few layers. The heel, a few layers. And the toe cap, the rest of the shoe, I lost count, I just kept going until it was smooth. Again, with the toe cap, I just kept going until it was smooth, okay? But I spent more time on that toe cap than the rest of the shoe. The main bits of the shoe is obviously a toe cap. These bits all around the side, they're normally always good. They don't crack and crease. Around the side there, be a bit wary. Obviously the side and the top creases, all right? So just rub in just a couple of layers just to avoid that cracking, okay? Now, we need clean silver, okay? Check, make sure there's no grit and dirt on it because it will scratch your shoe up. I only use 1 finger, some people use 2. Twist it, flat, okay? Water, icy water. Now, first off, just water, all right? Water, rub a bit of water on. All over nice and quick, just like that. And then we go to our mirror gloss, okay? So we start with this. Nice circles, nice and fast. All right, circles. You'll see it starts, the shine does start to come up pretty instantly, okay? Straight away. Bit there, mirror shine. Again, straight away, it just pops up. It doesn't matter how, I mean, I've always gone for little circles, but some people just do this, you know, it's all just as long as you're not pushing too hard. Basically what you want is nice, not too soft, but not too brutal either. And you need to keep your silver damp enough so you don't cause any friction. As soon as you start feeling friction, a bit like now, wet a bit, and this is hard as well, it needs a bit of water, bit more polish, and on you go. All right, just like that. It's quite wet, so when you can see the shoe is quite wet, just the polish. Right, we need to get our next polish out, okay? Now this polish is a lot softer and it's really good stuff. So a little dab of polish. When I say little dab, I mean just like that, yeah? Little touch. You can see how that just goes on totally different to the mirror gloss. And the combination together is awesome. It'll just start popping. You can see probably straight away, yeah? There's that little shine. Like I said, make sure your silhouette is wet enough not to cause any friction, but not too wet, okay? You don't want to drench your shoe. Just that little dab of polish. All over the eyelets, you know, just everywhere. Alright, and then we move back onto mirror gloss, okay? A little dab of that. Back on with the mirror gloss. So, you just keep on going. And that is all you do. You just keep going. You will know when you need to stop using the mirror gloss. And then you just keep using the Pâté Deluxe. And that's how you finish. You just finish on the Pâté Deluxe. And when you do get close to the end, I mean, this is obviously nowhere near close to the end, but less water, less polish, and that's when you'll get to the end. That looks pretty good already. So if I do a bit on the toe caps, this should be the best bit. So nice little circles. I'll get a bit more water on there first. Nice little circles and get that on. And keep an eye out that you don't get any horrible bits of grit or dirt or anything that starts scratching your shoe. You'd be surprised what you find in polish or hard bits of polish. And just right up to the edge, yeah. See already how it's just starting to come up nicely. It's starting to feel a bit of friction, so a bit more water. Right, and then move on to your Pâté Deluxe. Nice little circles. Like I said, not too much polish, okay? Less really is more when it comes to this. Nice and light. You don't want to go pressing too hard because you will just like rub your polish off. Again, a bit of friction, a bit of water, a bit of polish. That really is the same method you just used the whole way around the shoe. So you just carry on like that. As you can probably see, there's a fair bit of shine coming up straight away. But you just keep working that, okay? So, nice damp cloth, mirror gloss, okay? Ball that in. Then move on to your Pâté Deluxe, okay? The softer, nice softer polish. And you just keep doing that, alright? Keep going until it gets to a pretty good shine, and then you just end with a Pâté Deluxe, okay? And same again with the cotton bud, okay, when it comes to bulling, all right? Wet and a bit of Pâté Deluxe there, and you just go around the edges, okay? A bit flaky polish, and then we just get in those edges as well, okay? So keep on going and keep on at it. There may be a point when your shoes just look like they're not progressing, okay, but don't let it stress you out. It's probably just overworked, okay? What I've known to help is to put them in the fridge. I don't know what your parents might think of that, but not for long. It will just cool them down and you can go again, or just have a break, all right? But there is a knack to this, okay? This will take some time, but just keep going, okay? They will look awesome and it is worth it. Right, so I will leave that with you. Keep going, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, so now we've got to this stage, okay? Not bad looking shoes, but not quite mirror shine, okay? So when we got to this stage, all we need to do is not so wet cloth, okay? A little bit of that one, all right? The soft one, the good stuff. Dab on tiny bit of polish now, okay? Use our breath, all right? This is vapor, that's what we want. Look, ready? See, it does that. Mists up, okay? That's what we want. So, mist it up. Little circles, okay? Very, very lightly. All right, oh dear. Again, a little bit of polish. All right, we can just see all the little circles. And this, I mean, yeah, I've done all over the shoe, but mainly we need to concentrate on the toe cap, okay, for this. All right, little circles, very lightly. And with this method, we will get the desired result, okay? We want to see our faces in these bad boys, all right? And we just keep going like that, nice and lightly. Just round the edges, just, you know, nice like that, nice and light. Little circles. And it's not going the way that you want it to go. Bit of breath. I'll bring it right back up again, okay? So that is what we keep doing, okay? Keep going. Right, so I have a shiny shoe, okay? I can see my face in it. That's pretty cool. So we've got somewhere, all right? So that is my end shoe, okay? We're shiny all the way around. There's no gaps, all right? We have a shiny heel. We have shine everywhere. So that is what we want. That's what we're looking for, okay? Now, relace, okay? I know a lot of people seem to struggle, but laces, they should be straight laces, okay? So I will show you how to do it so there's no confusion. So this one we take up to top inside, and then they're both the shoes will be even then as well. I'll pull that down a bit. Right, so we look at what I've done so far. Okay, so one lace is out the top hole. The other lace, if you look very close, you can probably see how I've done it, and we're here, okay? So from there we go. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Under there. All right, and over. So it's just under and over all the time. And under again. And then out the top hole. For some reason these laces are super fluffy, so obviously I need to defluff them. And then if we just fiddle about with them to get the laces to the same sort of length, then spot on. Alright, so straight laces, okay? That is how we do straight laces. But yeah, you want this fluff off, okay? I will pull all this fluff off. So, shiny shoes, alright? This is how I want them. And then, obviously, after you've worn them, there'll be some cracking. I said, well, I should hope not, but I mean, there will be some wear and tear, and then it's just maintaining it, okay? Maintaining it is pretty much similar to what we did. Don't strip, alright? Just layer where it's needed, using exactly the same method as what I've already shown you, and do where it's needed. When it does need it and you've got to strip it back, then obviously follow the tutorial that we've already done and do it again, because they need looking after and they probably will need moisturising, okay? and there's no harm chucking some moisturizer over the creasy bits, okay? And while they're not on your feet, think about storage as well. I've got little cloth bags. 2 seconds. So for my shoes, I have got a little shoehorny things, alright, put in. Alright, just holds them in place, and a little cotton bag. Okay, this shoe will literally just slide into my cotton bag, then it'll keep off dust, anything that might scratch it, and they can be stored away safely without being ruined, okay? A little pew, okay, so that is one shoe nice and safe. And that is it, basically. Yes, it's very time consuming, okay, but it's worth it. End result is good. You want to see your face in it. So, good luck. If there's any questions, do not hesitate. No question's a stupid question, ever. And I look forward to seeing lots of shiny shoes.